Hello everybody, welcome back to the Daily Kerbal. Our polar flight, I'm pleased to report, was a success. We did get what we came for. I ended up ditching the crew pod, which meant that I couldn't take a scientist along with me to reset the experiments. So we didn't get as much science as I wanted, but we did get enough to unlock one tech. And that one tech in this case was the fuel systems tech. It's step one in our three-step process to unlocking all the parts that we need to make a moon landing that I am confident with. This was step one. Step two is heavy rocketry. This gives us the engines that fit the fuel tanks. Step three will require getting this, which unfortunately first it means we're going to need space exploration. And once we have space exploration, then we can get the command modules for, a much higher science price. This, I believe, is the 160 cost tech. Yeah. So I'm almost certain that we're going to have to start sending spaceships to the moon before we get it, and we might consider sending unmanned probes to do it. We do have the Stay Putnik, so that might be a goal that we strive towards. In fact, we might be able to use that to complete this, to complete a flyby of the moon. I am considering it. What other contracts do we have first? Let's see. Conduct temperature surveys of Kerbal. No, thank you. Temperature surveys. Focus temperature survey. Radial nut parachute in flight. No thanks. Test the liquid fuel engine at the launch site. That's a pretty easy one to do. Admittedly not worth very much. So I might as well just skip that one. We also have a 2-tourist one for a suborbital spaceflight, which is again something that we can accomplish. And you'll maybe come back with some extra rewards for it. I think I'll take this one. I think I will take this one, and I might not do it just now. Because honestly, what I want to do right now is I want to send a probe out into space, out to the moon, and then try and recover it. Shouldn't be too difficult. A science-gathering probe to help us knock out some contracts and gather the scientific points that we need to unlock the parts for the spaceship that I want to send to the moon. So let's start by building a new craft. It's going to have a Stay Putnik as its primary command module. And we're going to call this ship Luna. After the NASA's Luna probes that they sent out. Let's see. Mun Exploring Probe. Science. All right. So how are we going to do this? The module that we're going to want to return should have a science bay on it. As well as all other scientific things. I'm going to put 2 mystery goo canisters, a barometer, just one, or we could have 2. Yeah, we could. Why not? Let's have 2. Put one there, and then thermometers. Same. We're gonna need one for a high Kerbal orbit, and then one for our moon encounter. That's why I'm putting 2 of these. 2 of all of these. Admittedly, the science bay we're only going to be able to use once, but I guess that's the price. It's fine. Come to think of it, I can't place things on this one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, just to protect these things from re-entry burn. What we're going to do... Here is what we're going to do. I'm going to put one of these... In fact, I'm going to trash this whole thing. And I'm going to start with one of these. Looking at this, I am now realizing that I am stupid. Because I don't think that the Sputnik will not fit inside that. Alright. But we're still going to need one of these anyway. But I'm going to go back to what... in fact, I'll just... Can't control Z our way out? Alright, well in that case we'll just rebuild it. So we get that, we get a science bay on it. Got the science bay, and then we're going to put the 2 science goo containers, mystery goo containers, the 2 barometers, and the 2 thermometers. Has to be symmetrical. As symmetrical as possible. It's close enough. Then, this is the stage that is going to end up separated. So we're going to take the stack decoupler and put it... Actually, no, we need a heat shield first. Place the heat shield on the bottom. And then the stack decoupler. I just checked right now, but I'm worried that this is not going to work because of the fact that I don't think this thing has any reaction wheels on it. And we don't have any unlocked control modules yet. Yeah. Well, never mind, folks. I guess we're going to have to trash this for now. And I'm going to get the Moho 4, I believe, was the ship of ours that successfully made it into Kerbal orbit. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to rid ourselves of this, replace it with the large fuel tank. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Large fuel tank. Plus another medium one. Or another big one. Sure. Why not? Then we place the Reliant down there. Right, for the trilateral symmetry on this one. The hammers. Aerodynamic nose cones. And we're going to use these ones because remember what happened last time we tried to use the control surface ones. Didn't work out well. Check the staging is all well and good. And then, the part we've all been dreading is when we extend this. Extend it with oh so many things. A science capsule. Actually, we're not going to put that one first. We're going to put the crew cabin first. And then the science pod. I have a very bad feeling about this. I'm going to put one extra radial mounted parachute on there because the last time we saw that a single parachute was enough to bring back these two together. I'm going to remove one barometer from this and one thermometer from this. Yeah. I'm not confident about this at all. Don't worry. I'm absolutely not confident about any of this whatsoever. But, you know, trial and error. This is now... I believe this is Moho 7. Staging is all set. Let's get our tourists on board. Jeb, still you. You haven't done an orbit yet. This might be your day. I'm going to try and orbit the planet, and I'm going to try and land it in the desert this time. Bring back science from there. This is likely going to end in complete disaster. Let's do it. Going good. Going good so far. Swaying a little bit. Make sure our throttle is up in the right height. And go Reliance! Go Reliance! Staging was not entirely set up properly, and yep, the weight of the vessel is a little too heavy. We're having to burn harder. It's fine though, because at least we're climbing stably. Let's see if I can't keep us on target. Yeah, our winglets don't have control surfaces, so maneuvering is not an option, sadly. There we go. Starting to work now. As the atmosphere gets thinner, I am more easily able to adjust our course back towards the equator. The gravity turn is kind of all over the place right now, but hey. This is why we need reaction wheels, by the way. This is what those do. They help us with these kinds of situations where I'm like desperately struggling to try and keep this vessel pointed in the direction that I want it to move. It's not really moving because, A, these things, right, they don't really do much in the air. They keep it stable, but because they don't have any flaps, it means that they can't actually steer the vessel anywhere. All the steering is left up to the torque wheels that are inside this crew cabin, and that's not much. Especially since its weight is sort of up there, you know? So, let's see what good this will do us. We do have the suborbital space flight, so that's good. Yep, contracts are complete basically at this point. Can we orbit? Can we do it? Not likely. Those 2 extra pods make this vessel way too heavy. If only I had pointed the vessel towards dry land, it might have helped. We may still make it. Let's see if I can't point us somewhat more to an equatorial orbit as well. Even if we don't make it onto the desert, like if we can just make it onto a dry land, because we've already gotten, I believe, the mystery. Oh no, actually we haven't. Even a water landing could yield new results for us. It's not actually that bad. We're just trying to cheese science right now and get a little bit more, you know, get more proficient at this whole orbiting thing. A lot of this will be easier once we're able to construct Rockomax size ship parts. And we do actually have a chance of still making orbit here. It's good to know, because if we get tourists who want orbital space flights, then we're also going to be able to oblige them as well. So, and, you know, this thing even has a science pod on it, so if tourism is really all that important to us, we can just get rid of that. Speaking of which, do we already have an active experiment up here? Yeah, we got it before. All right. We're getting way too close to the apoapsis, though, so I don't think we're going to be able to speed up fast enough. Yeah, no way. That is not expanding quick enough. Nope. It's alright. As I said, trial and error. And the game is still fun. It's still fun when you lose, because you learn. Well, if you're, if you're smart, then you learn from loss. In this particular case, I think what we learned is that we have really no business attempting orbits of a planet with a space vessel that is this heavy, with that little thrust. We're going to have to be more economic with our spaceship sizes. We actually are pretty high up, though. So, I mean, who knows? I might end up having to cut us short of orbit anyway because I want to make sure that we have enough fuel to return. But yeah, it looks like our fuel is being depleted quicker. But we did come close. And it's still not over. I mean, this may still work. Look at that. Look at that. We got a periapsis. Can we get it up to 70? We just got it up to 70. We've established another orbit. Oh my goodness. And that amount of fuel is, honestly, that's more than enough to get us back home. Yeah, so all my pessimism there was apparently entirely pointless. Cool. Not that it really matters. There's not really much new things that we can do up here in Kerbal orbit. We've already got pretty much all the science data from, the first of all from space, second of all from the EVA reports over the equatorial biomes. I am curious about one thing though. Last time we were orbiting this area, this part was in the dark, and I didn't see that crater. So what I'm curious about is that crater a separate biome? It looks like it should be. It looks like that area is of scientific importance. It looks like something, crashed in there. So let's fly over it and see what's what. Nope. Kerbal's water. Funny, because it looks like it should be important. I've already got an EVA over the mountains, so let's see. I'm going to quick save here, and then I'm going to turn us retrograde, and I'm going to see if we can land us in the desert. Desert is one of those areas that we're going to be landing the least, so gathering science data from there seems like a good choice. We're definitely heading back to Kerbal now, so that's good. Let's see if our fuel is enough to slow us down enough to get there. Turn this up a bit, that increases the chances. Looks like it will be. Yeah. Looks like we're going to make it. I'm just going to burn all of it. Got to remember that there is a rotation of the planet to account for, as well as the atmosphere slowing us down. We're going to run out of fuel in 3 seconds anyway. There we go. That's the last of it. So let us now detach the fuel pod. Point us in the direction of Kerbal towards our retrograde. Like so. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, that's why. Okay. That's our retrograde. There we go. Roughly, this is roughly the angle we're going to be hitting in. I'm going to keep SAS on, just to keep us on target. And let's fast forward ahead. I was close. Didn't quite hit the mark. All right. Going pretty fast, and this vessel is pretty heavy. Hang on, let me turn this off. Keep an eye on our heat shield. Yep. Oh, that's scary. That's pretty scary. Oh no. Oh no, we're tipping. Yep, we tipped. What did we lose? We lost the science module. Of course we did. We are now in danger of overheating. Literally lost all of our science. It's only the point. Oh my god. Good thing I quick saved. Alright, so the problem there was obviously our descent was way too fast. So I guess screw the desert. Just going to bring our periapsis back down. Going to bring it down to 40 meters per second. 40 meters? 40,000 meters? There we go. And now let's just go. All right. Point us back to retrograde. That's prograde. That is retrograde. Excellent. Okay. Now roughly around 64,000 meters. 62. I'm going to start using up this fuel. Slow us down. So that the heat shield doesn't end up having to take that much strain. I also think that the reason that the ship flipped all of a sudden was because it ran out of power. The SAS module, right, the stability assistance thing that keeps us from tipping over in that case, I believe it pretty much uses electricity, and once that ran out, well, that was that. There we go. We'll just let the atmosphere do the rest. Keep us pointed slightly below retrograde is what I want. What we want. I might end up having to hold on to this manually too. Speed up. There's the burn. Yeah, we're doing better so far. This is not quite as scary as it looks, because it looks pretty scary, but this is actually okay. Oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. I tried to keep us on course. Maybe I can still save it. Question mark? Trying to spin us back in the right direction. Nope. Nose first. Turn the SAS off, I guess. It's okay though, because we appear to be slowing down well enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, this is actually not at all that bad. Burn is dissipating. The question is, can we slow down enough? Come on, come on, come on. Going nose first just means that we're you know, diving faster. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Please deploy, please deploy, please deploy, please deploy. Oh my god. Come on, come on, come on. Deploy. Oh my god, my heart. Well, okay. Whew. That was a lot closer. That was a lot closer than it appeared. Now that we're flying, I believe most of our reports are the most, our science experiments are the most valuable right now. While flying at Kerbin. No, not that one, so we gotta, I don't think that one's valuable at all for us right now. Well, this one definitely is. Observe Materials Bay. Flying at Kerbin. Yes, this is more valuable than if we let it land, so we're going to keep that, as well as, I believe, the temperature data. Flying over Kerbin's shores. No. And the barometer. Flying at Kerbin. Okay. For some of these science experiments, it matters when you're in flight. All that matters is the level. Like the barometer just says flying at Kerbin, whereas the temperature actually says flying over Kerbin's waters. Right? We're at Kerbin. Where are we at Kerbin's shores right now? Kerbin shores, yeah. So, okay, well, that extremely strenuous flight is now finally past us. None of this would be a problem if I didn't have to carry tourists with us, I just like to point out. Those damn civilians ruining everything. Alright. Drop her in the water. I know we have some from the water, but do we have an EVA report? Nope, we don't have one from the shores, so we do now. Board. What about a crew report? And one from the... There we go. Okay, sweet. Vessel is recovered. I should have checked the barometer. It might have been possible that we didn't... And the mystery science... Gosh darn it. Oh well. 39 science at the end of the day is not bad, but we still need more. We still need much more. And we will continue on this quest, I guess, in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to voice your opinion with all the tools that YouTube makes possible for this. Use, you know, your likes, your dislikes, your comments. So if you'd like to see more in the future, and